Hey there, Fierce Leaders. This is Alexia Ooskard of alexiaooskard.com, and welcome to the #1 space for bold, ambitious women who are ready to make an impact and become the CEOs of their lives and careers. Do you ever just feel like at the end of the day, you wish you could just turn off, or get that monkey mind of to-dos, or that anxiety of running through what's happened in the day that day, or what's coming in the following day, kind of out of your mind as you're trying to get yourself to rest and go to sleep? Well, I get you. I literally used to spend so many evenings either working really late or struggling to really get myself to go to sleep quickly, because I'd always be still kind of in this perpetual anxiety thinking about what was coming. Or honestly, there were so many times where I woke up in the middle of the night struggling with a bit of insomnia because I'd be kind of feeling like there was so much on my plate to do that I couldn't really ever get my body out of fight or flight, out of the stress mode, and finally just relax. Well, I totally get you, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 strategies that I know are essential for preparing myself for a restful sleep, and 5 bedtime rituals that you can play with that will help you to stress less, get your nervous system and body feeling good, and get yourself ready for a restful, really energizing night of sleep. All right, so the first strategy is actually to put your tech, no joke, all tech, phones, computers, TVs, everything away at least an hour before bed. And for me, this is huge because, if you're scrolling on social media, if you're typing away to some emails, if you're watching that TV show right before bed, there's been so many studies that have shown the impact that blue light has on our ability to produce the melatonin we need to get a good night of sleep. Also, then it keeps you kind of in that constant stress cycle, thinking about your work and not really giving yourself that space to rest. Second being to dim the lights in your room. So go replace all of those fluorescent bright lights and make it so all the lighting in your room has that warm, soft tone. If that rocks with you, try it out. And the third being to not eat for at least 3 hours before going to sleep. Because honestly, I know how life can be, and sometimes we can, be stress eating or eating late into the night. And honestly, it's so hard. I've seen time and time again that if my body is trying to digest food as I'm trying to go to sleep, I often wake up in the middle of the night, I don't wake up feeling good, and ultimately my body just doesn't get that proper rejuvenation that it really, really needs. All right, so let's go right into my bedtime rituals. And I, of course, will start with #1 being my favorite, to take a bath with Epsom salts and, your favorite essential oil, mine being lavender. And why I love a good bubble bath and why a bath matters so much to me is it really is such a good ritual, going and turning on the faucet, really putting the Epsom salts in, really setting the intention of really preparing my body to kind of go into this period of solitude and silence and really letting my nervous system unwind in the bath. Also, Epsom salts are so powerful because they have magnesium in them, magnesium is known to be essential for regulating the stress system, and even has the neurotransmitter, or increases the neurotransmitter GABA, which is really important for relaxation, of course, for sleep. So I find that one is such a powerful ritual, and that if you really get into the act of doing it every night on a regular basis, it really makes a huge difference in letting my body feel like that space to really just feel cleansed, feel ready, and for just that warmth, of course, always helps me personally. The second ritual I recommend is meditation. And you could also do this meditation in the bath if you want to do 2 for 1, which I always love. But another option is to just make sure you don't do this in your bed, because it's a whole preparation for sleep, right? It's a ritual. It's these rituals before sleep. So, on your yoga mat, or sitting on a pillow, or even sitting on a chair, it could be in your bedroom or somewhere else, but really just take time to either follow a guided meditation or sit in silence, but just to give yourself this space to really let yourself unwind, to come back into your body and find this space for connection. So the third ritual is actually to pull out your journal and to write out your wins for the day. And what I mean, no joke here, is to actually celebrate everything you've completed in the day that you're proud of. Most importantly, to check to see that you actually got your most impactful action done that day, and to celebrate that. If you don't know what I mean here, you don't know how to know what your most impactful action is for the day, then check out my video on my quick morning ritual guide. You can also find this guide, the freebie, in my description box below. But anyways, this is really essential because what I love about this is when I do this ritual every night, I I get to really see what I did in my day, ensure that I'm really on track, and ensure that I'm really stepping up and standing out as the leader that I really want to be. So the fourth ritual is actually to either stretch or to do, some myofascial release. So to pull out a foam roller and enjoy moving your body in this very relaxed state for about 15 to 20 minutes. And why I love this personally is we sit so much every single day and we don't spend a lot of time really connecting to our bodies. And this is such a powerful way for me to see where tension is sitting in my body, to kind of give it the space to be released, to really breathe while I'm doing this process. And more than anything, that way when I lay into bed, I really feel like I gave my body that space and energy and time it needed to really kind of unwind and to really kind of let go of all that stress and tension I was holding throughout my day. The fifth ritual is actually to drink a calming beverage. Preferably, I love a good set of a good herbal tea like chamomile or tulsi, or I love Four Sigmatics products. Basically with adaptogenic properties especially is helpful because it really helps to support our stress system. I just love when I get to, it's a very strong ritual. This one feels very ritualistic to me because, I get to go and I boil the water, I put my tea bag in, or I put my tea powder in, and it really just lets my body feel that excitement of just knowing I get to internally enjoy this really delicious drink. I think of it as my cuddle in a cup. So whatever is your favorite, but obviously, of course, nothing with caffeine. So the key here that I want to point out is there's no right or wrong way to do these bedtime rituals. This is really about what works best for you. The key here for me is I just want you to choose at least a few of them that you're going to play with, that you're going to try out, and that more than anything, you give yourself this hour of time before going to sleep, that you really let yourself prepare, that you let yourself really feel that, you're setting the stage and the foundation for when you put your head to that pillow to actually feel rested. And if you've liked what I've shared today about, these bedtime rituals, and you're all about loving, these success systems and ways to support yourself and managing your energy, showing up as a leader, then I highly recommend hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell, because my next video is going to be so good, as I'm going to show you my tips and tricks on how to re-energize yourself during the day. So no joke, anytime you have those energy slumps, you're kind of just feeling unmotivated, I'm going to give you the best energy boosters that will get you buzzing. And if you're someone who really wants to step up and stand out as a leader, who really as a whole would just love to get that respect, that influence, get that impact and that income that you deeply desire, then I highly recommend checking out my free masterclass in the description box below, where I go through very specific tips and tricks and key strategies on how to stand out as the bold and impactful leader you were born to be. And of course, key self-care systems that will also ensure that you are well taken care of. And as always, I hope you have a fierce day and feel empowered to take action, because you, my friend, matter.